Alright, so this is it. Don't get scared now. Where's that line from? I can't even remember, Home Alone or something. But today is a very good day because I'm about to open up what I believe is the ultimate big boy toy. It is the Evolve Carbon series, the 2-in-1 GT. And I feel like I've been waiting a very long time to do this. I actually got the Bamboo whilst I was out in the States, and then to my misfortune, I found out that I couldn't actually bring it back on the plane. So I was pretty disappointed, shipped it out to my business partner's house, so he's got it, but I didn't ship the remote. I've got to be honest, I kept the remote for obvious reasons, but I feel bad about it because he could have probably had some fun times out there, and a bit selfish of me. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about him right now because this is way more important. The Carbon GT. And yeah, I've had this sat in the boot or the trunk for over a week, and I wanted to do this video primarily so that I could send it to my buddies here in the UK to incentivize them to get one. So I'm not going to be boarding on my own. But here's the deal. My desk was an absolute mess. I had paperwork everywhere. And so my incentive to get through that paperwork was that when it's done, I can reward myself with opening and then of course using the Carbon series here. So let's get it done. This is one of several big boy toys that I have. I've seemed to have got into my mid-30s, and for some reason toys are the thing that I seem to be most fascinated with. I even bought a Sega Master System. It was brand new in the box, not even a Mega Drive, just to reminisce on my younger years. So that's another one that I might get into on the video because I haven't actually opened it up yet. Kind of debating whether I'm going to because it's just such a classic, but it kind of defeats the object of why I bought it. But yeah, this is an experience. When I got the Bamboo, I was debating between the Bamboo and the Carbon, and to be honest, I didn't know if it was just going to be a phase, get on the electric skateboard, and then it would wear off. But I used it solidly every day for, you know, maybe a month whilst I was out in San Diego, and this is proving challenging to start, and it did not wear off. It did not wear thin. In fact, it is probably one of the best things I have ever done, personally. This is exciting. So right now, I'm going to open up this box a bit more to do the big reveal. I know that your anticipation is probably right up there right now, but check this out. It is stunning, like seriously. The Carbon just looks insane, and they do say this is the Ferrari of the electric skateboards, and right now I've got to say I agree. Oh, just look at it. It is amazing. So I'm going to open up these boxes in a minute. So my experience with the Bamboo was it took some serious getting used to as somebody that's not a skateboarder. The torque on this thing is just crazy. Crazy good, but also crazy intimidating when you first get started. So I actually have somewhere, oh here we go, I've got my helmet, so that will definitely be being worn. But yeah, so this has got the street conversion kit as well, which we'll look at in a minute. And I believe some of the stats are this can do 26 miles per hour with the street wheels. It can do a range of 30 kilometers per charge. Again, it's going to depend on how hard you go, what wheels you've got on. But right now I'm struggling to find words because this is just such a thing of beauty, like seriously. And I'm not often stuck for words, but it's just such high quality piece of kit here. You know, the other thing is that it's just amazing is when I was out in Encino in LA, going up inclines, you know, they say you can go up 25 25 degree gradient, but I was definitely doing more than 25 degree gradient. I just saw a video as well where the guys over at Evolve did do a test going up one of the steepest streets in maybe the States, I think it was. I didn't really pay that much attention, but it was steep, and they got all the way up to the top. And the other cool thing is just the look that you get, people give you. When I was flying up some hills, people do double take. They're like, hang on, is that dude skateboarding uphill? Because if he is, maybe I need to get some rest. Because people just aren't aware of like the fact that these things are, let's just say, getting pretty popular. When I was out in San Diego on Mission Bay, it was like one of the definite trends there at the time. I would say almost every day while I was out there, I would see somebody else on a board, whether it was the Evolve or one of the other boards at the moment. There seems to be more and more people popping up. But I think my loyalty is actually with Evolve for one reason. I was out in Australia, which is where these boards are made, and I got chatting with a guy who was working at the store where they were selling skateboards, and I asked him, what was the best electric skateboard? And first thing he said to me is, "Do you skate?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, you don't want one of these then?" And I said, "Why is that?" And he said, "Because these things are not toys." These things are absolutely rapid. And I was like, "Dude, aren't you meant to be like selling me?" And he said, "Look, I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, a lot of people think that these are fun little toys, but these are pretty crazy." And so at that time, I walked away and thought, do you know what? Maybe I should just try it out, see if I can get onto somebody else's, which I managed to do. It was a homemade one that somebody had put together themselves. They'd done a great job, to be fair. And I was hooked with the idea of having my own electric skateboard ever since. I was skating around Santa Monica, all along the beach there. And it was just one of those moments where I was like, this is great. This is freedom. This is fun. And this is something that I want to be doing an awful lot. So hopefully some of my buddies, particularly Alex, John, Dan, Ash, Ollie, are going to actually think about the investment on this, because I think we could have a lot of fun and even some business meetings. I mean, who said it has to be done on the golf course? I think that this is the new way of discussing business, skating around. So I'm not really going to do much of a review because I don't really do those. But here's the gist of how it looks. Feels amazing. The carbon feels absolutely amazing. It's got the dual motors at the back. It's like, I think it's 30 kilowatts, and ABS braking system. Tires come up fully pumped. Just need to whack it on charge, and then to just wrap this one up. Let's have a quick look in here. So here is the street conversion kit. I actually did the 2-in-1 with the Bamboo, and I've actually replaced the wheels. It's really quite straightforward to do once you get the hang of it. I think the first time it took me about 20-25 minutes, and then every other time it was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You get the Allen keys, the tools, the bearings, your belts, which is cool. And then in this box we simply have, in fact, quite an important thing to show you really, the remote. So the remote comes in this cool case, and it's a nice feeling remote. It does feel kind of plasticky. I know some people, when I first started researching, had problems with the remote, saying that it's not as good as some of the others, but I don't know because I haven't compared. But yeah, so that's cool. Comes in its case, and then you've got the wrench to tighten up your trucks and also take off the wheels. You've got your user manual. We know what most of us do with them, and the charger, which is actually pretty small. So if you are traveling, albeit not likely by plane, then it's not going to take too much space. I mean, it's the size of like an old school Dell laptop charger or something like that. But yeah, that's what I need to do, is get this bad boy charged up and get myself out on probably Farnham Park here in the UK. I think that's the first place I'm going to get out there, get myself used to it again, do some carving, and hopefully get some great footage with the Mavic, skating and enjoying every single moment of the Carbon. Thanks for coming and checking out this absolutely beautiful board. If you're thinking about getting one, my experience on the Bamboo is don't even think about it, absolutely do it, and I will come back maybe in a week or two and compare with my experience with the Bamboo. But exciting times.